Welcome everybody. It's your boy Captain. You can actually see that I'm looking, very, very, very. I don't know what to say, but I'm looking like a real captain. Oh, so let me tell you something about myself. I know that I don't think. I think it is early to talk about myself because you might think that I haven't achieved a bunch of stuff, but according to myself, I think I've achieved. I think I've achieved a bunch of stuff because looking at myself 10 years back, the skills that I have today, I think I'm very, very skilled. You might not be living with me, you might not know me, something like that. You might be knowing me on social media, or maybe we just know one another, maybe uh, on church events, something like that. But personally, maybe you don't know me personally. But you know, to be honest, I put a lot of effort in my craft. You get what I'm saying? I've done a bunch of stuff. Growing up from a point of actually, dropping out of college, something like that. There were some financial problems, but I thank God that it happened because it opened up my eyes. Because a bunch of stuff that I've actually achieved were outside the school system. I have to teach them. I had to teach myself, and I had to teach myself about a bunch of stuff. When I was in college, I was passionate about IT. You get what I'm saying? But then I realized that passion doesn't have anything to do with with actually attaining success or money, something like that, to be wealthy, something like that, so you can be one of the allies, something like that. You get what I'm saying? So then when I discovered all those points, I wouldn't have been in a place that I am, that I am today, in a place that I'm actually positioned today. If the school thing, you know uh, didn't actually go in a way that it actually weighing something there. You know what I'm saying? So talking about the experiences that I've actually had with the school system, uh, there's this one aspect I didn't like about school systems. I didn't want to be controlled. I still remember when I was actually going to college, I didn't know my courses, my online courses. I used to teach myself about this thing. I was actually doing networking and PC engineering under MSU, something like that. And then I think I only attended a single year. It was what, for a single year, uh, and then dropped out, something like that. Then I started pursuing, some web development and stuff. And then I did some graphic designing, something like that. And I was actually doing ethical hacking, like 2 years. So I do know a bunch of stuff about hacking, and I do know a bunch of stuff about web development, and I do know a bunch of stuff about graphic designing. Then I dived into, to the vlog, the vlogging world, something like that. So I was actually interested in creating content, something like that. Then I came to the business part, and I was actually doing the markets, and I was studying the forex market, and I kind of mastered it. I think that is when that is when the name was actually given to me, Captain Sheva, because we had a forex institution that we wanted to start. It has actually registered, but I don't, yeah, it has actually registered. It has got some social platforms, something like that. But we then dropped back because of certain reasons. But it is going to to come back in the future because we haven't dropped down on that one. But I was actually well faced. I think I actually did 2 years. I don't think I did 2 years in forex. I was actually doing all those things in forex. And when I was doing all those things, nobody understood me. Talking about everybody, nobody understood what I was doing because these things, when you're actually doing things on your own, people get to misunderstand you. You know what I'm saying? Going to get you are always going to be misunderstood. You get what I'm saying? That's what it is when you're actually building yourself, when you're actually building success on your own. That is one of the major problems. That is one of the major, um, uh, I can actually say, uh, problems we have. That is one of the major, actually, it actually messes you up psychologically if people were always like saying negative things to you when actually putting effort trying to build yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because you're building yourself as a man. Because if you it's one of the most important things when you want to attain success. You have to be skillful. So in my world of because I still remember when I was passionate about computers. I was passionate about these 90,000 per annum salary, something like that. Then I came to a point of actually sitting down and analyze everything that I was actually thinking, all the ambitions that I had in that career spectrum, something like that. Then I came to a point of actually sitting down. Then I had to study all these billionaires, how they actually how they were involved in the stock market, how they were involved in all the bond markets, the forex market, in the commodity markets and stuff like that. Then I had to start with a single market, that was forex market. Then I actually did 2 years, as I've actually said, and I mastered the whole thing. And then came a point of finances. You know what I'm saying? when you're coming from a place like Zimbabwe, let me tell you something. There's a bunch of are very very there's less privilege. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard to actually get a simple kind of work that can actually give you enough wages so you can actually find your adventures, something like that. Unlike people in the first world countries, something like that. It, given it, I think it actually applies. Same applies to somebody who's in South Africa. They're a little bit privileged when it comes into this scenario that we're actually talking about. So, as somebody who is very very ambitious, I came to a point of actually dropping down on the thing and then decided to just give myself actually give myself a pep talk. Let me tell you something, man. You know what is going on right now is that forex is something you're actually fighting with the bigger enemies, because there's biggest banks in the world that you're actually going against. So these small amounts that you're actually trading, you're going to be very very emotional. So you're not going to be trading in a very very good way, because trading is 80%. I think it is 90% emotions, then 10% strategy, something like that. You know what I'm saying? So I did all the technical analysis, all the fundamentals, all the fundamentals, the technical analysis, and I mastered a bunch of strategies, and I've got courses that are worth even like $5,000, something like that, and to a point of actually getting to relax and say, come on, nigga. And I was very very addicted to this thing, and then reality kicked in, and because I was actually reading a bunch of books, you know what I'm saying. So I actually came up with there was a point, I was actually going through this books I was reading, and there was this book by Robert Kiyosaki that talks about leverage and leverage and control. I think it is increase your financial intelligence. Yeah, I was actually reading this book, and actually told me about this forex market these are paper assets. You know what I'm saying? So in paper asset, then there was a clarification about this paper asset. There's control, but there's leverage, but there's no control. So when you want to build your fortune, face, I think you really have to be centralized on assets that you can control, assets that have leverage, and the asset that you can control. That's one of the things that I actually I was actually taught, and I had to to apply all those things in my in my life. You know what I'm saying? And they actually changed my life. And then came a point of actually doing this whole thing, because now I've got this I think everybody in this life, you don't have to just live your dreams and then forget about the race, forget about everybody. So I think there's a need to actually enlighten people about things that I've learned. I've actually went through every aspect we can think of, talking about health, talking about global economics, talking about politics, talking about these finances and stuff. I've been learning about these things for the past, like, I would actually say 4 to 5 years. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still learning, because I got this principle that I have in my life. You know what I'm saying? That each and every day something new has been stored in my memory. You know what I'm saying? It's a lifestyle. That's how I live it. You know what I'm saying? There's something new that can be stored in my mindset. That's the way I live. That's the way I live, and I'm actually used to that. So I can actually learn a bunch of stuff. I can learn psychology. I can learn how to do marketing and all that kind of stuff. It's me, and I'm addicted to that kind of stuff, because I think it is the secret recipe to actually be successful, something like that. That's what I've been doing all these years, and it has helped me a lot. It helped me. It helped me a lot. I know that there might be a bunch of people who can actually dare to disagree with what I'm saying right now, but I've explained all these things, and I know they work. You get what I'm saying? So me recording all this content, there's a word. Sorry for the language. There's a word I think there's a quote. Actually, took it from Andrew Tate says that you really need to use what you've got, even if you're at a kind of point where you don't have much resources. Use what you've got, my friend. That's the motto. You don't have to to actually cry on anybody, blaming your parents, blaming everybody around you, thinking maybe they're kind of responsible for your situation. You are the only one who can change it. You get what I'm saying? So I didn't go to college. If I had to, yeah, I didn't take I didn't actually sit down. I never blamed anybody for that, because they tried. They were giving me food, they were giving me shelter, man. You get what I'm saying? To the point of actually growing out to be a man like me. So some people, they get to they blame their parents, when they get to situations like that, like, they didn't actually get me through college because they had some financial problems, all that kind of stuff. I was over 18, my friend. Let me tell you something. That was my shit to worry about. That's why I enrolled on online courses. I had to find my ways, even though I didn't have at some point I didn't have money, to buy all these courses, but I had to find my way through it, man. That's life. Things are not gonna be, handed to you on a silver platter like like your brains or something like that. Things are going to be very, very hard, and they need you to be strong. And that's what I'm preaching over here. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be strong in any craft that you don't. Put effort and be consistent. I know there's some people who are actually lazy. They just think about, this one thing I would like to, and I would like to share. This is my own concept. This is my own philosophy. I don't know. Maybe we are all different in some kind of ways, but I don't like to actually, to spend minimum, I can say, 5 years of my life uh, growing somebody's business when I'm supposed to be putting effort in my own business. I would rather suffer for 5 years building my own shit, building my own brain, other than, building somebody's brain. I don't like to build people's dreams. I love to build my own dreams. You get what I'm saying? That's what I believe. So if there's anybody who's got any ideas on how you want to live his life, that does not apply in my life. You know what I'm saying? What I need is people who get experiences. I need, different people from different categories that can be helpful for us to build a dream. So if we're building a dream together, that's very, very good.